Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Catherine again. Today I'll be unboxing a room which I spent most of my time in, our kitchen. It is going to be a long video, but I promise with a lot of useful information in. So have your snacks ready and let's get going. Now we've just passed the half-year mark since we moved in May this year, so I think it is a good time for me to do a kitchen tour with genuine feedback after we have tested everything in here. Kitchen is the most complex and expensive room in our entire house renovation because this room gets used in our household very often, so I wanted to get it 100% right. I went through each detail again and again during the process to make sure that we get a functional kitchen. There will be a lot to be discussed in this kitchen tour video, so I decided to divide it into two portions. In this week's video, we'll be covering everything related to layout, material, worktop, storage, and the furniture. And in the next week's video, we'll be talking about everything related to electricity and lighting and all the appliances that we've chosen for our kitchen. First thing first, let me give you a room tour of the entire kitchen area. Our kitchen is located in this 5-meter extension. We've opted for an L-shaped kitchen with an island in the middle, which offers more storage and worktop space. With an L-shaped kitchen, it is very natural that we put our sink right under this wide opened window. Putting the sink under a window really helps with the dry out, and more importantly, when doing dishes, I can enjoy the view of our garden, which is indeed a joy. For the worktop, we have finally decided on quartz with Calcutta Portofino patterns. We also asked our supplier to have made an extra piece to rest extreme hot pans. For the furnitures, we went with this in-frame shaker style. All the units are handmade of tulip wood and factory painted with ferro and bold colors. I chose stiff keep blue for the island and Pavling grey for the rest of the units. The gold hardware goes perfectly with both colors, which I'm really happy about. This splashback is definitely one of my favorite finishes in the kitchen. Narrow tiles with herringbone styled layout, it makes the entire place feel so much more elegant and expensive. For the appliances, we went with mid-range brands such as Bosch and Samsung, which provide enough features that we need without breaking the bank. I'll go through them in details in the next week's video. Initially, I've thought about doing a gallery-styled kitchen, which frees up this wall here so I can install a big sliding door that occupies this entire wall. However, this is a very small terraced house. I felt that it would have been a waste if we didn't put any kitchen unit on this side. In addition to that, I really had a difficult time of locating another place to put our sink. I love to have the sink under a window. Therefore, after going back and forth, I finally decided on a half-sized sliding door here and the L-shaped kitchen this side and dining area on the other side, right in front of the sliding door. On this L-shaped side, you will find dishwasher and my coffee setup, sink, magic corner unit, pull-out spice rack, hob, regular base unit with shelves, tall unit housing the oven, 1 meter wide ladder, and the wine display rack. For the island, on this side you will find some bookshelves, drawers for cutlery and plates, and our petite wine fridge. On the other side of the island, we made ourselves a wine and spirit collection cabinet, which comes quite handy when we host friends at ours. You probably have noticed that we didn't put our fridge behind any of the cabinet. That is because our fridge is quite huge and it would have cost us a lot of money to make a cabinet just to hide this large piece of furniture. Therefore, we made a home for this big fridge using partition walls and optimized the space above the fridge with more storage. Same thought as for the fridge, I opted for a standalone bin with the sensor lid which opens automatically when you need it. Even though I would love to hide a beam behind the cabinet because its look is not necessarily aesthetically appealing. However, beams get used very often, especially during cooking. Therefore, hiding a beam behind the cabinet will just complicate the opening and closing activities. If you can, I would say squeeze in an island at any price. An island will not only significantly increase your kitchen storage, but more importantly, you will have more space on the countertop to prepare food. Take myself as an example. Because I don't have a hob or sink on my island, this island is free to use for meal preps at any times. In addition to this, when friends come, the island becomes the center for socializing. People put their drinks and snacks on the island while chatting with others. I bought 3 stools for this island, located right here. They are amazing. Sometimes if we're just having some simple food and can't be bothered to take the dishes to the dining table, we'll just have food here, which is very convenient. I was deciding between Decton and quartz worktop. Decton is a very strong man-made material which resists stain, scratches and heats very well. However, it does come at a price. Depends on the pattern you choose. Generally, Decton is 30 to 50% more expensive than a quartz worktop. Quartz is also a very strong man-made material, however less resistant than Decton. For example, I wouldn't put a very hot pan directly on the quartz worktop. That's why we have made this extra piece here to rest those hot pans. You can get this piece made from the same supplier who does your quartz worktop. The measurement of this piece here is 35 by 35 centimeter, which is very large enough for large pan or even 2 small pans to be put on top. Despite the drawbacks of hot resistance of quartz worktop, you can find way more choices of veins and patterns in quartz than Decton. And I just love this Calcutta Portofino pattern. It is very clean, simple and classic. When designing a kitchen, the flow of activities is very important. Activities here we are talking about are mainly washing, prepping and cooking. To give you an example, let's take a look at the flow of activities in my kitchen and how it works out. Normally, the materials are kept in the fridge on this side. I will take all the materials I need from the fridge and then put them on this side of the island. And for those to be washed, I take them to the sink through this aisle and then put them back on the island for further preparation. When everything's ready, I just need to turn around to the hob and then start cooking. Some critiques about my kitchen is the distance between fridge and sink is a bit too long. I don't disagree. But because I have an island in the middle to help with the transport of food to be washed, the distance hasn't been a big issue for us so far at all. Drawers and pullouts are always more user-friendly than cabinets with only shelves. So I would say build as many drawers and pullouts as possible within your budget limit. Another great storage unit is larder, or some people call it pantry. I use this larder to store all our dry stuff, such as pasta, flour, and rice. On the worktop inside the larder, I put some small appliances such as toast machine, blender, and rice cooker. Also, I made 3 big drawers at the bottom of the larder for more storage of baking stuff. There are 2 splashing areas in this kitchen, sink and hob. For sink, because it gets wet really easily, so I went straight with the same material to connect the worktop all the way through to the windowsill. Our fitter has done an amazing job. Look at the veins here. He managed to match the extended veins all the way through, which is an excellent finish that not every supplier can offer. The other splashing area is behind the hob. This is one of my most proud designs in the entire house. I always wanted to have herringbone pattern as my kitchen splashback. Initially, I wanted to use this light green color to tile the entire wall. However, we were running short on tiles. A very useful tip here, please bear in mind that herringbone pattern will cost you more tiles than straight or brick style pattern due to the excessive cutting of tiles. Instead of going back to my tile supplier and ordering more tiles, because obviously that will cause delay in the renovation, I came up with this idea of mixing up the 2 colored tiles and did something that you see now. I feel lucky and I really like how it turned out. The grey color is blended into the color of our kitchen unit, and the grey tiles has introduced another color to the entire kitchen very naturally. When looking from far, the herringbone pattern really added a lot of features to our kitchen. Alright, that's all for today's video. I hope you like it and do find it helpful for your kitchen design. If you do, please give me a thumb up and let me know in the comment box below for any questions. Last but not the least, in my channel, I talk about house renovation, home decoration, and some tips and tricks that can help you organize your beautiful home better. If you don't want to miss out, please click on the subscription button below and let's join the journey together. I upload video every Friday at 7 p.m, so I'll see you next week. Bye bye!